Now to Mozambique, where Daniel Chapo has been officially declared winner of the presidential election, despite allegations of electoral fraud. Supporters of the opposition protested in several cities after the result was announced. The Election Commission said their candidate won just 20% of the vote, with Chapo taking more than 70%. His Frelimo party has already been in power for 49 years since the country won independence from Portugal. DW's Dianne Hawker reports.
A promise of change in Mozambique made by the man who is set to lead the country over the next 5 years.
We're going to improve the economic sector because it's very important for our social peace, our sovereignty, and our territorial integrity. We're going to work to maintain a country of rights, democracy, and to preserve the principles of freedom.
The Election Commission has declared Daniel Chapo the clear winner in Mozambique's presidential election. But already there are doubts about how different things will be. On Saturday, 2 opposition figures were killed in a shooting. One of them was a high-profile lawyer who was preparing a legal challenge to Chapo's win. The killings have sparked an outcry in Mozambique and energized unhappy voters, many of whom believe the opposition candidate, Venancio Mondlane, is the true winner.
We're going to carry on what he always pushes us to do. And if one guy die, it doesn't mean we all have to stand down. We're going to go forward, and that is where we're thinking on doing.
Protesters and opposition party leaders also accuse the police of using excessive force as they try to stop the protests from gaining momentum. On Monday, police fired tear gas and stun grenades at Mondlane while he was being interviewed by journalists. Political analysts warn the government could be overstepping.
With protesters, what we see is that the police come and beat and detain people, and it is human rights violation. We are very concerned with that.
And the concerns don't stop there. European Union election observers have called for an investigation into the killings. They also noted voting irregularities. The African Union and the US government have also called for thorough investigations into the killings. Protests are expected to continue over the next few days.
That report from Dianne Hawker, and I asked Dianne whether Chapo's win had been a surprise.
Well, certainly not, Phil, because there were predictions before this election that Frelimo was likely to win. I think the thing that is slightly surprising is the margin. The political analysts that we spoke to when we were in Mozambique indicated that they thought there would be a slight dip in the numbers for Frelimo. They won by 73% in the 2019 national election. This time around, just a 3% difference. And the spoils really going to the different opposition parties. The reason that many political commentators thought that there would be a difference this time around was because of the interest shown by many young voters in the independent candidate, Venancio Mondlane. He has come in second place, but certainly not with the numbers that he would have hoped for and many of his voters would have anticipated.
So there were protests when the result was announced. Are they likely to continue?
Yes, definitely. There are already indications that the protests will continue tomorrow. There was an announcement from opposition party leaders that they want to continue over the next few days with protests. And I've seen some notices online that some businesses in Maputo are already anticipating that tomorrow there will be protests. They've sent out notices on their social media that they will not be opening their doors tomorrow. So indications are that there will be some kind of protest action. Of Of course, there has already been quite a heavy police presence in parts of the country, in particular Maputo, as well as in the Nampula province. And we expect to see the police also respond to the protests as they did earlier this week by trying to stop groups from gathering in large numbers and to not ensure that they gain much momentum.
OK, thanks, Dianne. Dianne Hawker in Johannesburg.